What if your next big idea, your story, your design, your music could be instantly protected, shared worldwide, and earn you money, all without a single lawyer involved? Sounds unreal, right? Well, that's the future Story Protocol is building, and you need to hear about it. Hey, what's up, crypto explorers? I'm Cypher Nova from the Decoding Crypto team, where we break down the world's most innovative blockchain projects to help you make smarter investment decisions. Today, we're diving into Story Protocol, a bold next-gen platform that's completely rethinking how creative ownership works in the digital age. Whether you're an artist, developer, writer, or just someone passionate about protecting your ideas, this is one project you don't want to sleep on. Quick reminder though, everything we cover here is for educational purposes only. This is not financial advice. As always, investing in crypto carries both risks and rewards, so make sure to do your own research before jumping in. Let's get into how Story Protocol is rewriting the rules of intellectual property using blockchain smart contracts and a creator-first approach. Imagine a world where your creative ideas, your art, your inventions, your stories could be safely protected, shared, and even turned into something valuable. A world where you don't have to worry about someone stealing your work or jumping through legal hoops just to prove that it's yours. That's exactly the kind of future Story Protocol is working to create. In today's fast-moving digital world, where artificial intelligence is growing rapidly, the way we handle creative ownership, what's called intellectual property or IP for short, is more important than ever. Whether you're a writer, a designer, a musician, or even an app developer, your work is valuable. But for a long time, the systems built to protect it haven't kept up with how quickly the internet and technology are changing. That's where Story Protocol comes in. It's a new system built using something called blockchain technology, which is just a fancy way of saying it keeps a secure digital record of who owns what. And instead of needing lawyers and paperwork to manage your ideas, Story Protocol makes it simple, clear, and fair so that you stay in control of your creations. You might be wondering, what exactly is intellectual property and why is it such a big deal? Simply put, it's anything you create with your mind, like music, artwork, books, inventions, or even your brand. Protecting it means you have the right to decide how it's used, whether you want to sell it, license it, or keep it just for yourself. In the world of AI, where machines can now write stories or create artwork, protecting human-made creations is becoming even more important. Your ideas deserve credit, they deserve protection. And if managed well, they can even become a source of income. But the truth is, traditional systems for managing intellectual property are outdated. They're often complicated, slow, expensive, and hard to understand, especially if you don't have legal experience, and that can make it really tough for small creators or newcomers to protect what they've made. Let's face it, traditional IP systems can be a mess. They're full of confusing rules, long wait times, and expensive processes. If you've ever tried to copyright your work or file a patent, you know it can feel overwhelming. Many creators, even some of the most talented ones, give up trying to protect their work because it's just too hard or costly. Even worse, it's often difficult to prove who owns what, especially online. If someone copies your idea or uploads your work without permission, tracking it down and getting justice can be nearly impossible. You might not get paid fairly or at all for your own creations. That's exactly the kind of frustration Story Protocol wants to eliminate. Story Protocol is reimagining how intellectual property should work. At its core is a simple but powerful idea. Turn your creative work into a digital token. Think of it like a special digital certificate that proves ownership and can't be copied or changed. With this token, your work becomes easy to manage. You can share it, license it, or even sell it, just like you would with a physical product. Want to collaborate with others? No problem. Everyone involved can get a fair share automatically thanks to smart contracts, which are like digital agreements that run on their own. This makes it possible for creators to finally get paid fairly. No middlemen, no waiting, and no confusion. And because everything is tracked on the blockchain, there's a clear record of who owns what, when it was created, and how it's being used. You might be thinking, this sounds great in theory, but does it actually work in the real world? The answer is yes. We're already seeing how similar ideas are helping artists and creators take control of their work. For example, platforms like Audius let musicians share their songs and earn money directly from fans without going through a record label. Another project, Curio Invest, has made it possible to own a small piece of a rare collectible, like a luxury car or art piece, using digital tokens. These examples show how tokenization, or turning something into a digital token, can help people access and profit from things that used to be hard to reach. With Story Protocol, the same ideas are being brought into the world of intellectual property. It's opening up new opportunities for creators everywhere to protect, share, and grow their work. Whether you're an artist, a startup founder, or someone who just loves creating cool stuff, Story Protocol gives you the tools to take charge of your own ideas. No more worrying about someone stealing your work or getting left out of the profits. Instead, you'll have a way to prove ownership, earn royalties, and participate in a fairer, creative economy. This is about more than just technology. It's about empowering creators. It's about giving you a chance to thrive in the digital world without being at the mercy of outdated systems or big corporations. The way we create, share, and protect our ideas is changing. And Story Protocol is leading the way. By using modern tools like blockchain and tokenization, it's helping to build a future where intellectual property is easier to manage, safer to own, and more rewarding for the people who actually create it. So if you're a creator, an innovator, or just someone curious about the future of digital ownership, Story Protocol is something you will want to keep an eye on. Have you ever wondered how creators protect their work online, like music, writing, software, or designs? As the digital world keeps growing, it's become harder and harder for people to truly control and manage their creative work. That's where Story Protocol comes in. It's a powerful new system that's using modern technology to help creators like you take back ownership of what you create. In this video, we're going to explore the architecture of Story Protocol. In other words, how it's built and why it's different from other systems out there. Don't worry if you're not a tech expert. We'll walk through everything step by step so it's easy to understand, even if you've never used blockchain before. You might have heard of blockchains like Ethereum or Bitcoin. They're like digital record books that store information in a safe and secure way. But here's the problem. Most of these blockchains weren't built with creators in mind. They can be slow, expensive to use, and not very flexible, especially when it comes to handling things like copyrights, ownership, and licensing. So Story Protocol decided to build something better. Instead of trying to fix what already exists, they created a new blockchain from scratch, made specifically for managing intellectual property, or IP for short. Think of this new system as a platform where creators can easily prove ownership, share their work, get paid fairly, and collaborate with others all in one place. By building their own Layer 1 blockchain, which just means the base level of their system, Story Protocol can control everything about how it works. That means it can be faster, cheaper, and more secure than using an older system built for something else. Now let's talk about something called a graph-based architecture. That might sound complex, but it's actually pretty simple when you break it down. Imagine you've written a story. Later, someone else wants to build a comic book based on that story. Then, someone else creates a video game based on the comic. In traditional systems, tracking who owns what and how everything connects is a huge mess. Story Protocol fixes that by organizing IP like a web of connected dots. Each dot represents a piece of intellectual property, and the lines between them show how they're related. This kind of structure is called a graph, and it helps everyone involved see who created what, how things are connected, and who should get credit or even payment when the work is used or remixed. This system makes it super easy to spot collaborations, track changes, and avoid copyright confusion. It also grows easily as more people and projects are added without slowing things down. Another game-changing part of Story Protocol is its use of something called ERC 6551. This is a new kind of digital standard that lets creators do more with their intellectual property. Let's say you made a song and uploaded it to the platform. With ERC 6551, you can attach smart rules to it, like saying, anyone who wants to use this song in a video must pay me $2. When someone does use your song, the system automatically sends you the payment. No lawyers, no paperwork, no delays. That's what we mean when we say programmable assets. Your work becomes a living automated piece of code that knows how to manage itself. It can collect royalties, issue licenses, and even track how it's being used, all without you lifting a finger. And since this system is built into the blockchain, it's safe, secure, and transparent. Everyone can see the rules and no one can cheat the system. It's a smarter, fairer way to make sure creators always get what they're owed. If you're a creator, you probably know how hard it can be to protect your work, and even harder to get paid fairly for it. Story Protocol is building a new system where your work isn't just safe, it's powerful. By using a custom-built blockchain, a graph-based design, and programmable smart contracts, Story Protocol makes it easier than ever to turn your ideas into protected, valuable assets. Whether you're making music, writing stories, designing games, or anything in between, this platform is designed to support you every step of the way. And because it's all built on modern tech, it's fast, efficient, and flexible enough to grow with the digital world. We're living in a time where creativity is moving faster than ever, but the systems meant to protect creators haven't kept up. That's why projects like Story Protocol are so exciting. They're not just improving the way we manage intellectual property, they're completely reimagining it for the digital age. So if you're passionate about creating, owning, and sharing ideas in a fair way, this is something worth watching closely. Today, we're going to explore the inspiring story behind Story Protocol, a powerful new platform that's changing how creators manage and protect their work. But instead of diving straight into the tech, let's start with the people. Because behind every great idea, there are people who made it happen. Story Protocol was created by three incredibly talented individuals, Seung-Yoon S.Y. Lee, Jason Zhao, and Jason Levy. Each of them comes from a different background: business, artificial intelligence, media, and together they've built something that could completely transform the way we handle intellectual property in the digital age. Let's get to know them. Seung-Yoon Lee, also known as SY, isn't just a businessman. He's a trailblazer with a passion for storytelling and helping creative people succeed. His journey started at the University of Oxford, where he studied politics, philosophy, and economics. While there, he made history as the first Asian president of the Oxford Union, one of the world's most famous debating societies. But SY didn't stop there. He became a venture partner at Hashid, a big-name company that invests in blockchain projects. That experience gave him a deep understanding of where technology is heading and how to spot ideas that can truly make a difference. One of SY's biggest accomplishments was founding Radish Fiction, a platform that helped writers publish their stories in bite-sized episodes. Think of it like a Netflix for books. It became hugely popular and was eventually bought by Kakao Entertainment for a massive $440 million in 2021. That success showed just how powerful digital storytelling could be, and it laid the groundwork for Story Protocol. While SY brings the business and storytelling side, Jason Zhao brings the tech. He's an expert in artificial intelligence and blockchain, the same technologies that power Story Protocol today. Jason studied philosophy and computer science at Stanford University. That unique combination helped him understand both how people think and how machines learn. After college, he worked at DeepMind, Google's famous AI company, where he focused on using artificial intelligence to solve real-world problems in industries like healthcare and finance. But Jason didn't stop at just building AI systems. He also became an angel investor, helping young startups with bold ideas get off the ground. He even served as editor-in-chief of Stanford Rewired, a tech storytelling magazine, showing his love for making complex ideas easy to understand. With Story Protocol, Jason is using his tech skills to build a platform that makes it easy for creators to protect their work and get rewarded fairly without needing to deal with complicated legal systems. And then there's Jason Levy, the third co-founder who ties everything together with his background in digital media and business strategy. Jason studied economics and English at the University of Southern California, then went on to earn an MBA from Stanford Business School. He started his career at Apple, helping forecast sales and analyze costs, but his real impact came when he joined Pocket Gems, where he led a team working on Episode, a mobile storytelling app. Under his leadership, the app exploded in popularity, more than 200 million downloads and over $100 million in revenue. In 2021, Jason joined forces with SY and Jason Zhao to co-found Story Protocol, taking on the role of Chief Operating Officer. His focus? Making sure everything runs smoothly, building partnerships, creating a solid content strategy, and making sure the platform meets the real-world needs of creators and entertainment companies. So what happens when a leader in storytelling, a tech innovator, and a digital media strategist come together? You get a project like Story Protocol, a platform built specifically to help creators own, protect, and earn from their work. SY's experience in building startups and raising investments ensures the project has a clear mission. Jason Zhao's deep knowledge of AI and blockchain gives the platform a high-tech foundation. And Jason Levy's understanding of how creators and companies work together makes sure the platform fits the industry's needs. Together, they're building a system where creators can control their work without relying on middlemen. A place where you can publish your story, artwork, or code and have proof that it's yours. a system where payments and licenses can happen automatically, fairly, and transparently. This isn't just about protecting intellectual property, it's about empowering creators to succeed in a digital world. The story of Story Protocol isn't just about new technology, it's about people. 3 founders who bring their skills, experiences, and passions together to solve real problems. They're not just building a platform, they're building a movement toward a fairer, smarter way for creators to share their work and earn what they deserve. Before we dive deeper into how Story Protocol is changing the game for creators, take a quick second to smash that like button, subscribe to the channel, and share this video with anyone who's ever had an idea worth protecting. By doing that, you're helping this channel grow. And that means we can keep bringing you more exciting, creator-focused crypto projects just like this one. And hey, we want to hear from you. Are you a creator? Would you use something like Story Protocol to protect your work? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Just a heads up, we don't do price predictions here, but we're all in on helping you understand how the tech actually works and why it matters. All right, let's get back into it and explore how Story Protocol is putting creators back in control. Now, we're taking you behind the scenes of Story Protocol, a groundbreaking project that's reimagining how stories and creative works are owned, protected, and shared in the digital world. While the technology behind it is impressive, what truly powers Story Protocol is the network of key investors and partners who are helping bring this bold vision to life. In the fast-paced world of tech and storytelling, ideas alone aren't enough. For a project to truly grow and make an impact, it needs support, financial, strategic, and collaborative. That's where investors come in. They provide more than just funding. They offer experience, deep networks, and the kind of guidance that helps transform a big idea into something real and lasting. Story Protocol is on a mission to give creators more control over their intellectual property and unlock new ways to monetize it. It's not just about protection, it's about freedom. And this powerful idea has already caught the attention of some of the biggest names in the tech and venture capital world. One of the most high-profile backers is Andreessen Horowitz, often called a 16Z. They're one of the most respected venture capital firms in the world and are known for supporting companies like OpenSea, the world's largest NFT marketplace, and Ava Labs, the team behind the Avalanche blockchain. When a 16Z gets behind a project, it sends a strong signal. This is something worth paying attention to. Another key investor is Hashed, a major name in blockchain investment. They've backed successful projects like Axie Infinity, a popular play-to-earn blockchain game, and Clayton, a blockchain developed by tech giant Kakao. Hash brings deep technical knowledge and strong community connections that help Story Protocol stay ahead in the fast-moving blockchain world. DAO5 is another supporter with a unique focus. They specialize in DAOs, or decentralized autonomous organizations, basically online communities that make decisions together using shared rules. DAO5's knowledge in governance and community building is a perfect match for Story Protocol's mission to create a fair and open platform for creators. Polychain Capital is also in the mix. Known for backing bold blockchain projects like Definity and Tezos, Polychain provides both capital and critical insight into scaling secure and decentralized networks. Their involvement shows that Story Protocol has the potential to grow into a powerful and lasting platform. In addition to the firms we've just mentioned, several other major players have joined the Story Protocol journey. Samsung Next, the innovation arm of Samsung, is backing the project with its focus on emerging technologies. This brings global recognition and a clear sign that the tech world is watching. Endeavor, a major name in entertainment and sports, is also on board. Their deep ties to the media and creative industries open new doors for Story Protocol to work with artists, studios, and content creators around the world. Then there's Marana Ventures, a firm that focuses on blockchain and digital assets, providing yet another layer of strategic support. When you put all of these names together, what you see is more than just a group of investors. It's a powerful alliance of experts, creatives, and tech leaders who all believe in the same goal: helping creators thrive in the digital age. These investors aren't just providing funding, they're helping shape the entire future of the project. With their support, Story Protocol isn't just growing, it's growing smart. These firms bring lessons from other successful projects, help avoid common mistakes, and guide the platform toward long-term success. The fact that these backers have supported major projects like OpenSea, Avalanche, Axie Infinity, and Definity shows the level of quality and potential they see in Story Protocol. Their involvement tells us this isn't just a cool idea, it's a platform with the potential to truly change how the creative world works. One of the most exciting parts of Story Protocol's journey is the way these partnerships are helping transform intellectual property, turning creative works into digital assets that can be owned, licensed, and monetized with ease. By working with experts in entertainment, AI, and blockchain, Story Protocol is making it easier for creators to protect their work and earn money from it. The platform is using AI to help creators understand their audiences better, track how their content is used, and tailor stories to their fans in smarter, more personal ways. This isn't just about technology, it's about helping people tell better stories, reach more audiences, and keep ownership of the worlds they create. It's about unlocking new revenue models, supporting collaboration, and building a future where creators come first. The story of Story Protocol is still being written, but one thing is already clear. It's backed by some of the sharpest minds and strongest supporters in the industry. With help from firms like Andreessen Horowitz, Hachette, DAO5, Polychain Capital, Samsung Next, Endeavor, and Marana Ventures, the platform is set up to make a real difference in the world of digital storytelling. These partnerships are helping Story Protocol grow fast, but more importantly, they're helping it grow in the right direction. With their guidance, this project is becoming more than just a platform. It's becoming a movement, one that puts creators first, empowers communities, and gives us all a new way to share and protect our ideas. The world of creativity is changing fast. Artists, writers, musicians, and coders are no longer confined to the old rules of intellectual property. In 2024, Story Protocol emerged as a bold new player, a platform that promised to flip the script on how creators protect, share, and earn from their work. Now, in 2025, that promise is starting to come to life in powerful and surprising ways. It all started with a vision to give creators full control over their ideas in a digital world dominated by AI and big platforms, but vision alone isn't enough. That's why one of Story Protocol's biggest turning points came when it raised $80 million in a Series B funding round led by Andreessen Horowitz. The funding didn't just bring in cash, it brought validation. Major players like Polychain, Hachette, DAO5, and even Paris Hilton's 1111 Media joined the mission. The message was clear. This isn't just another blockchain project. This is a movement to rebuild how the internet values creativity, and just a few months later, the vision became real with the launch of Story Protocol's mainnet, their very own blockchain network designed from the ground up to handle creative ownership. Alongside it came the dollar IP token, a digital currency built to power the ecosystem. Overnight, creators could tokenize their work, set rules for how it's used, and even earn money automatically, all without relying on lawyers or middlemen. It was like watching the future of creative business unfold in real time. One of the most exciting breakthroughs came with the release of the Story IP portal. Imagine you're a creator, a musician, a digital artist, or even a game developer. You log into a platform that looks like any modern app, but instead of just posting your work, you're claiming ownership of it, setting rules for how others can use it, and activating smart contracts that pay you royalties every time it's licensed. That's what the IP portal delivers. This isn't some clunky crypto interface, it's a tool built for the real world. You don't need to know blockchain. You don't need a lawyer. You just upload your content, set your terms, and let the platform do the rest. It even lets you choose whether you want your work to be used for AI training, and if so, you get paid for that too. It's a complete reversal of how creators are usually treated by big tech, where content gets scraped and used without permission. With the Story Protocol, creators finally have the power to say yes or no on their own terms. To understand how serious this project is, just look at what they've already done. One of the first major moves was acquiring the rights to Justin Bieber's hit song, Peaches. That's right, not just a digital sketch or an indie project, but a globally recognized pop hit. They put it on-chain to show the world that this platform is ready for the big leagues. It was a bold move that signaled the beginning of something much larger, a future where mainstream content can live on a decentralized network with automatic fair payments built in. And it didn't stop there. Story Protocol partnered with Magma, a collaborative art platform used by over 3 million creators. Artists can now register their art, license it, and get paid, all while working in the same environment they already know and love. For many of them, this means the first time they've had real protection and control over their digital art. The integration is seamless and the results are already showing. Even AI companies are getting involved. Stability AI, the creators behind the image generation model Stable Diffusion, teamed up with Story Protocol to create a new kind of pipeline, one where AI tools can legally license content from creators instead of scraping it for free. In doing so, they're proving that ethical AI isn't just possible, it's profitable. This partnership bridges the gap between human creativity and machine intelligence in a way that benefits everyone. Behind the technology, something even more powerful is growing: a community. In 2024, Story Protocol launched Story Academy, a program that supported creators and developers around the world. From Silicon Valley to Seoul to Singapore, people came together to build tools, apps, and stories on top of the protocol. Some worked on platforms to help indie authors manage royalties. Others focused on tools for licensing music or video game assets. The energy was electric and the community kept growing. They hosted pop-up events like Story House during Korea Blockchain Week, offering workshops, demos, and real conversations between creators and engineers. At ETH Denver, one of the world's biggest Web3 hackathons, they invited developers to imagine a world where autonomous agents, yes, even AI bots, could legally buy and sell creative IP on the blockchain. It wasn't just theory. People were building that future live on the conference floor. Throughout it all, the voices behind the project, founders S.Y. Lee, Jason Zhao, and Jason Levy, have stayed focused on one thing: making life better for creators. Jason Zhao often compares today's AI content boom to the music piracy era of the early 2000s. Back then, it looked like musicians would lose everything to Napster and LimeWire. But then came Spotify, a platform that made it easier to do things the right way. Zhao sees Story Protocol as doing the same for creators in the AI age. Make it simple, make it fair, and everyone wins. S.Y. Lee brings the human side of the story. He's always been about empowering storytellers, from his days running Radish Fiction to building a legal framework that maps every license on Story Protocol to real-world copyright law. He's not just thinking about code, he's thinking about the artist uploading their first story, hoping to share it with the world, and finally, having a way to protect it. The road ahead is full of promise. The team is working on even more features for the IP portal, including tools for remixing and collaboration, so creators can build on each other's work and share the rewards automatically. They're rolling out faster transaction speeds, deeper decentralization, and more support for storing large creative files, and they're already in early talks with governments and institutions who want to modernize their own IP systems using Story Protocol's tech. But more than anything, what's clear now is that Story Protocol isn't just a platform. It's a movement toward a world where ideas have value, where creators are respected, where technology works for the artist, not the other way around. This is the current state of Story Protocol, not just surviving, but thriving, not just a dream, but a living, breathing system that's rewriting the future of creativity. And the best part, the story is just getting started.
So here's the takeaway. Story Protocol isn't just improving how we protect creative work, it's completely rewriting the playbook. It gives creators like you the power to prove ownership, automate royalties, and build without fear in a world where ideas are moving faster than ever. This is what the future of intellectual property looks like: transparent, fair, and powered by the blockchain. If that excites you, or if you just learned something new today, now's your time to support the mission. Like this video, subscribe to the channel, and share it with someone who needs to protect their creative work. When you do that, you're helping this channel grow, and that helps us keep uncovering more breakthrough crypto projects that put the power back in your hands. And here's a question for you. Would you invest in a project like Story Protocol, or are you still on the fence? Let us know in the comments below. We're always up for real conversations, just no price prediction talk, please. Thanks for hanging out. I'm Cypher Nova from the Decoding Crypto team. Until next time, stay creative, stay protected, and stay decentralized.